All right, Shalom, Shalom. Call Halolim La Yahweh, Ba'ashem Yahushai, Ba'ashem Rechakwadash. Double honors to the apostles and elders of Great Millstone who were well, and salutations to the hopeful elect, preaching this truth out of the four corners of the globe. All right, I'm the brother Shamari from the GMS Cleveland branch, and Lord willing, this lesson be edifying to those who can receive it, and to the hopeful elect. All right, this is Salakia. This is James chapter 4. Verse 14, whereas ye know not what shall be on the morrow, for what is your life? It is even a vapor that appeareth for a little time and then vanisheth away. Okay, so the things of the future we cannot tell, man. All right, we don't know what's going to happen tomorrow. We don't know what's going to happen, the day after tomorrow or the week after. Only the Most High knows, man. Only the Most High knows what's going to happen, to us tomorrow. Only the Most High knows what the plans we going to make tomorrow, or what we going to do tomorrow. Okay, so, basically making mention that, not taking thought for tomorrow, because our life is as a vapor of smoke, man. In the vapor of smoke, it vanisheth away quick. That's just like our life here is vain. It's vanity. We work here, and then you die. And then, generations later, you get reborn again. You work, you die. And then it's just the same repeated cycle over and over again. So life here in captivity in America, all right, is vanity. Verse 15 says, for that ye ought to say, if the Lord will, we shall live and do this or that. So that's why we always say, Lord willing, because we don't know, what's going to take place tomorrow, or what's going to take place whenever we make plans, man. Whenever we think to do something, or we want to, do this, we always say Lord willing, because we don't know if it's the Lord's will or not, man. All right, that's why we say Lord's willing. It's basically, putting everything in the Most High hands, and that's also humbling yourself too, man. Because if you talking like, all right, I'm gonna do this day, I'm gonna do this day, or I'm gonna hit you up when this time I'm about to pull up on you, I'm about to do this, I'm about to do that, or I'm about to go grab some. You don't know that, because the Most High can have different plans for you, man. The Most High can have something totally different from what you planning to do, man. So that's why every time we say we gonna do something, or we going here, or we going here, we always say Lord willing, man. All right, Salakia. This is Psalms chapter 37, and I'm gonna read verse 23. It says, the steps of a good man are ordered by the Lord, and he delighteth in his way. All right, so the steps of a good man is ordered by the Lord, man, which means the Lord guide us in what the things that we do, the way that we should walk, the way that we think, the pathways that we take, the decisions we make. The Most High is in control of that, man. The Lord puts those thoughts in our minds. The Lord put the Spirit on us to do the things that we do, man. All right. Now I'm gonna go in Proverbs, and that's another reason why we say Lord willing, because we know that the Lord is in control of all the things that we do. So if I plan to do something and I really want that plan, if I plan to do something and I want everything to go as planned, I'm gonna say Lord willing. All right, I'm gonna say Lord willing, opposed to saying I'm about to do this, or I'm certain that this is going to happen, or this. That's a form of being proudful, man. All right, you got to say Lord willing, because all things obey the will of the Most High. This is Proverbs chapter 16 verse 1. The preparations of the heart in man, and the answer of the tongue is from the Lord. Okay, now the word heart goes back to the Hebrew word lab, which means your mind. So the preparations of the mind is of the Lord, man. All right, when you prepare to do something, that means you're making yourself ready. You're getting yourself, you're getting yourself together to do something, man. You're trying to organize yourself to do something, okay? And we know that all comes from the Most High. Our thoughts, are the speech of the tongue, the answers, the words that come out of our mouths is all from the Most High, man. It says, verse 2, all the ways of a man are clean in his own eyes, but the Lord weigheth the spirits. Okay, so a man, a man could, be doing some work or do this and do that, and in his eyes, in his mind, in his understanding, he feel like what he's doing is good, man. Okay, you feel like his ways are clean. Okay, you might be doing some folly, and you feel like what you're doing is good. Or you might see a nigga in the world giving out free haircuts or giving out pork to the homeless, giving out food to the homeless, helping the lady, across the street, or he thinking he doing a good deed, but in actuality, when you cutting that man hair, when you giving out free haircuts, you giving a lineup which is off, man, which is against the Lord. Or you may be feeding the homeless, but you feeding them abominable foods, which is against the Lord. But in your eyes, you feel like you're doing a good act, man. That's why you're supposed to not lean on your own understanding, man. Okay, you're not supposed to lean on your own understanding. You're supposed to, you're supposed to study the ways of the Most High. Study the ways of Yahweh Shem Yahushua and our forefathers who walked in these law, statutes, and commandments, man. Okay, but I'm going to read it over. It says, all the ways of a man are clean in his own eyes, but the Lord weigheth the spirit. So ultimately, the Lord judgeth the ways of men. The Lord judgeth the ways of men. All right, according to our works, according to the way we live, according to the energy that we push out in the world, according to the things that we do in this lifetime, man. The Lord is the ultimate judge. All right. This is Job chapter 33, and I'm going to start at verse 14. For Yahweh speaketh once, yea, twice, yet man perceiveth it not. In a dream, in a vision of the night, when deep sleep falleth upon men, and slumberings upon the bed. So when you in a deep sleep, when you at the deepest of your sleep, it says, verse 16, then he openeth the ears of men and sealeth their instructions, that he may withdraw man from his purpose and hide pride for man. So when we sleep, the Lord already puts, instructions on how we gonna do, what we gonna do when we wake up, what we gonna do that whole day, and how we gonna go about the decisions that we make. All right. So when you go to sleep at night, when you go to bed at night, and you in your deepest sleep, the Most High, what he do, he opens your mind up, and he put those instructions, or he put those, those thoughts, those ways, that spirit on you, so that when you wake up, you fulfill everything that the Most High instructed you to do. All right, and that's how the Most High controls the way of man. This is going back to Proverbs chapter 21, verse 5. The thoughts of the diligent tend only to plenteousness, but of everyone that is hasty only to want. So the thoughts of the diligent reap the benefits of righteousness, man. A diligent person is somebody that's consistent in whatever they do, man. All right, and in this case, us brothers, we supposed to be consistent in righteousness, consistent in keeping the laws, consistent in this work and in this ministry, man. Okay, but ultimately, the Most High put that spirit of diligence on us, man. The Most High puts that spirit and those words in our, in our mouth and in our mind, so that we can fulfill it whenever that time presents itself. All right. Proverbs chapter 16, verse 9. The man's heart deviseth his way, but the Lord directeth his steps. All right. So the man's heart is what? The man's mind, the man's brain. All right. And the word devise means to think, to plan, or to consider. So when a man, thinks, or he plans to do something, or he thinking something up, or he's considering something, all right, that's a man, thinking in his mind. But the Most High ultimately directeth the steps, which means that the Most High puts the spirit on you to fulfill what he wants you to do, man. The Most High puts the thoughts, instructions, and ways in your mind, in your spirit, so that we can fulfill the things that the Lord wants us to do, which brings us all the way back to James 4, the 4th chapter, of saying Lord willing, man. You're supposed to say Lord willing. Anytime you say all right, I'm about to do this, I'm going to do this, or I plan on doing this. You say, Lord willing, after or before, because you don't know what the Lord got in store for you, man. All right, so with that being said, Lord willing, this was an edifying lesson. Just quick, straight to the point. Closing out, giving all praises, glory, and honor to Yahweh, Ba'ashem, Yahushai, Ba'ashem, Rechak Wadash, Shalom, Shalom, double honor to the apostles and elders of Great Millstone, Abba, Babal.